You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome.
Time for Jordy James Psychic Medium with Jordy James.
Jordy James.
Live from jordyjames.com.au.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Jordy James Psychic Medium
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good morning, good afternoon, welcome. My name is Jordy James and you've got me for the next 15 minutes. Thank you so much for joining me and listening in for the next minutes. Anyway, so it was really interesting because normally I always have something to say and I'm not lost for words, but I wanted to ask Spirit or ask what I need to bring through today. What was really interesting is that today is all about signs and all about sitting in a space of calm so we can connect with our loved ones. Now, all of us have a sense of knowing, and it's really important. I tell my students to, when we sit in an awareness of just breathing and just being, and then all of a sudden we move our awareness outside our body a little bit, we will find that we can connect with people quite easily. And we always have this innate gift. Even when we were younger, we were able to do it. So nowadays, we are so busy on screens. We're so busy doing life, basically, that we sometimes don't put the time in, even for the 5-10 minutes, to just sit and be with with ourselves, be with our own energy, be with spirit. Because what they were showing me today was signs. And if we're aware, signs come quite frequently. It's like if we get a bird in the sky, we get wedge-tailed eagles over here in Australia. So I know when I'm on my way to things, especially anything spiritual, I know that if I see an eagle, I know Spirit's right next to me. I know it's like a bit of a routine, a bit of a I'm trying to think of the word, where you put the socks on the right way or you put the right one on before the left. It's a bit of a ritual. For me, that's the same thing. So anything sign-wise, I always make sure that I'm aware of. And I'm sure you guys would also, if you're driving behind a car, there might be 111s, or you might see 222 or 123, or there might be significant numbers that might come up. And they're all angel numbers, and all you have to do is just have a look. The interweb is fantastic for looking up meanings and looking up different spiritual meanings for birds, animals, and things like that. So if you find that all of a sudden you might get, for example, I was driving home at God knows what hour in the morning, and basically what happened was a bush rat ran in front of me, and I was like, oh, I wonder what that's all about. So it was quite interesting watching that and going, oh, what does that mean? So it's not every day that everything I see that's like, oh, what's that sign? What's that sign? What's that sign? It's more of a case of going, hold on a second. Sometimes you might just take it in and not even take it as a sign. So allowing yourselves, what I'm trying to say is allowing yourself to sit in a place for about 5 to 10 minutes so you can connect with your loved ones. You can connect with the energy around you. So you know that, like they say, a spirit or loved one is only a thought away, which they are, because they're the ones that sometimes drop thoughts into our head. So just be aware of signs, but don't be over aware, like, oh my God, that's a sign, that's a sign, that's a sign. It's more of a case of, oh, if it sort of takes you by surprise and go, oh, or I see it 3 times, I go, oh, okay. So please maybe even over the next week, and we've got Lionsgate coming up this weekend, just be mindful of what the signs are coming around, what your awareness is, so you can actually maybe put some manifestation, set the intent ready for the rest of the year. So I hope that makes sense, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to that. But yeah, it's just all about signs and symbols and knowing that spirit's only a thought away and then just around the corner from us. So I have Brooklyn from Dayton, Ohio. Hi, Brooklyn. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you, darling. Okay. Now, I work psychically with what's going on around you and mediumshiply. How would you like me to work for you today?
I would like a medium reading.
Yeah, sure. Not a problem. Okay. Let me just take a minute. Okay. As I step with the spirit world, I'm being made aware of a lady stepping forward. And I know that as she steps forward, she's got this most gorgeous, sensitive energy. But I also know that I wouldn't mess with her even if you tried. I know that she comes in wanting to give you a massive hug, like she's running to you, giving a massive hug to you. And also, as I blend with this lady, I know that she would be on mum's level. So it may not be mum, but I just want to acknowledge being connected around mum. Would you understand this?
Yes.
Thank you. And you've got gorgeous children in the back. So as I blend with this lady, I know that she was very much wanting to make sure she'd always put people first. It's really interesting because it was like she asked any other family member to come first, but she was the one. They all went, no, and they pushed her forward. So it's not the fact that she wouldn't be out there, but it's just the fact that as I blend with her, I feel that she would let people go through first before she would come through. She's got this beautiful, like, gentleness and courteousness. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Thank you. And she's also shaking her head and shaking her finger at you at the moment because she's just saying that you sometimes know that she's around. It's funny, I was just talking about signs, but you're not listening, or you're not actually not being aware of what she's giving you at the moment. And it's really interesting because at this moment she's explaining to me that you need to sit down and take a breath. It's like I want to sit down and have a cup of tea with you or have a coffee with you. It's just like I want to sit down and have a good old chat. So I don't feel like this lady's been gone too long, but you would understand that you would, like, there'd be really, really good times to have conversations with this lady.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Okay, cool. Because at the moment you are missing this because it's really interesting. I call it defragging, or you want to vent and you've got really not a lot of people around you that you can vent with. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. You know what? Is this mum or aunt? Because I just feel like I want to go I'm on that level.
You said what? I couldn't hear you.
Okay. Is this lady like a mum to you, or like a close, like, person that would be like a mum?
A grandmother.
Thank you. Because she keeps telling me that she's like mum to you sometimes. Would that make sense?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you. And this lady would be connected to mum. So it's mum's mum, yes?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Is there a Jolene or a Jolie or Joel? There's a J-O sound name. It could be Jocelyn, but there's a J-O sound. Would that make sense?
Not so much.
That's okay. I'll just leave that with you. It might be a middle name, but your grandmother is just one of those beautiful people that you could just sit and chat with for hours. Like, I feel like she has a wealth of knowledge. She lived a really, really full life, but she was also quite very ladylike as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Thank you. And she's also acknowledging, do you have 3 children, or are you one of 3?
I'm one of 3.
Okay, thank you. Because she's talking about children around you. I know I can hear them in the background, but have you got more than 3? Okay, because she's just talking about a third, so don't shoot me. But there's an aspect here of knowing that one of your children's got some attributes or personality similar to her, she's telling me.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. And there's one that's quite, I want to say, I feel like I've got she's talking about your daughter, and she's also talking about how she loves the little bit of attitude and a little bit of sass that she has.
Yes, she does.
Thank you. And Brooklyn, around you, darling, she just wants you to take a breath. It's like you're running around like a chook without a head. She's really telling you to really take a step and be true to you. And she's also talking about, would you go and see her or stay with her a lot? Because she's showing me a memory of you in the garden being a little bit of a tomboy in the garden. Would that make sense?
Yeah.
Thank you. And did you ride motorbikes or something, or is it just bikes around you? And I don't feel like motorbikes as in road motorbikes. I'm talking about dirt bikes or little bikes. Does that make sense?
What is it? I can't hear the last part.
Okay. Did you used to ride little motorbikes or something, or little dirt bikes? Because I just want to acknowledge around you like that sort of thing when you were younger.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. What she's showing me and how she's making me feel is you need to find that inner child again and go and have some fun and let off some steam and really be your true self. Now, the other thing is she's telling me to get out of your head and into your heart. It's like you're not leading with your heart at the moment and you've got so many things on your mind. She goes, I was not like that, and you need to make sure that you vent.
Makes sense.
Thank you. All right. So, Brooklyn, I'm just about to finish up. So may I leave her with you? She's absolutely... Did you call her Grammy? Or Grams
Not
or
really.
something? Okay. What? Can I just leave that with you? Because I just heard Grammy for some reason. But it might be something totally different. May not be a name. It might be the Grammys. Oh, anyway, so Brooklyn, Can I leave that with you, darling? Blessings and hugs to you, my love. And everyone, have a great week. I'm getting the roundup. Thank you so much. I will look forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now.